perform for celebrities like William Shatner, Henry Winkler. It's amazing.
Yeah, the list goes on, and he is gearing up to entertain local audiences with his successful up-close magic show, The Conjurer, filled with comedy and audience interaction. Please welcome Houston-based magician Curt Miller.
Hey!
It's so great to know you, Curt. We're so glad you're here today. Listen, being a magician, you're in a very small club. In order to be successful...
A working, successful magician.
Yeah, to make money, you can't mess it all up. So, wow, how did you choose this career field?
Well, I'm very similar to your story. I started doing magic when I was a little boy, about 11 years old. Probably the same magic kit that you bought when you were a kid.
Maybe.
And I started getting hired to do magic shows, first by teachers and then churches and then companies, and I started making all this money and traveling and doing magic. So by the time I was 13, I had business cards, and by the time I was in high school, I was all over the Midwest doing magic.
And
look at you, entertaining the masses here.
That's me doing a trade show. So magic is very popular at corporate events. So I do a lot of corporate events and drawing people into the booth at trade shows, doing shows for after dinner functions at corporate events. I worked at Magic Island for many events, and then I got into the really big stuff, and I had a huge show we did at Moody Gardens in Galveston for 10 years.
Wonderful.
And yeah, it's been a crazy career.
Now, you were born in Indiana.
Correct.
And then you found your way to Houston because you went to U of H.
That's right.
And you just decided, okay, this is my place. And Magic Island was around then.
Right.
And so now you are bringing your show, The Conjurer, back here, and you do it at the hotels here.
Yeah, I'm really proud of The Conjurer. The goal of The Conjurer, when I thought of this show, was to take everything that I've learned in my career and condense it into one really intimate, exciting package.
Okay.
So when I started my career, I did close-up magic, card tricks like you're seeing now, coins, things like that. That's what I did at Magic Island. I had a theater that seated about 30 people, and I would do this show all night. And then when I got into the really big stuff, the show expanded like crazy. I learned about lighting and video and audio and how to take all those elements and incorporate them into the performance. And so this show that you're seeing now, this footage, is a show that feels like a big show, but it only seats 36 people. So it's like watching a play a little bit. You're getting this very theatrical experience, but you're just immersed in this. So it's great magic, a lot of really cool magic, but there's comedy and lighting and music and all kinds of fun stuff.
Very
it runs about
intimate.
75 minutes, and it's just, I'm really proud of it.
We love that. And clean comedy, which is hard to find.
Yes.
We love that. And for the audience, what's been the response when people are leaving the show, Curt? Because I know when you go see a show, oftentimes it's not a very interactive experience other than clapping and enjoying it, but you really like to involve your guests.
Absolutely. I break the fourth wall, is what we call it in theater, right? And all the time. So it's very interactive. People feel empowered to interact with me during the show, but I don't make fun of anybody. I take the Johnny Carson approach, make them look good, make them feel good, and the show just moves. There's just something happening all the time. You never know what's going to happen next. And so people are really riding on this cloud of energy by the time the show is over, and they're thinking, what was that?
Wow, and we were talking about that, making people feel good, and you know, a lot of people, they'll throw in a curse word or whatever as a crutch because
Totally.
it's an easy way out to get a reaction from the audience. And I love that you keep it clean and family friendly. There's not enough of that now, and you know, maybe that's why you're on the cover of this magazine. Can you tell us about this, because this is a huge deal?
Well, I'm pretty honored. This is a magazine called Mum. Next year I'll be on Pop. It stands for Magic, Immunity, and Might. It's published by an organization called the Society of American Magicians. Were you a member of this when you were a kid?
Sadly, no, I was not, but I aspired to be a member. And there are, like, how many people are members of this society?
It's probably 10, 15,000, something like that, worldwide. Even though they say American, it goes all over the world. And it was the first magic club I joined when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
And my dad would take me and drop me off at the meetings because I couldn't drive. But I got this magazine every month, and so when they asked me to be in it, I was really, really honored.
Not just in it, you're on the cover. And this goes back, what were you telling me about Houdini?
Oh, Harry Houdini was the first president of the Society of American Magicians. He was the president when he passed away, actually. He was president for 9 years.
So,
not bad.
Not bad at all.
I never got to meet him.
Unfortunately. Hey, but speaking of celebrities, you've met a lot of notable people. William Shatner, Henry Winkler, there they are. There's William Shatner on the screen right
William
there.
Shatner. John Cleese was my favorite. He's just from Monty Python.
Yeah.
A really wonderful man. One of the great things, and the reason that you should go back into magic, Derrick, is that you really get to perform for a lot of wonderful people, and opportunities have opened up for me to meet some of these folks. And you know, the funny thing is, though, once you start performing for them, they're just like everybody else. They turn into little boys and girls.
Oh, I bet. Well, I can see the look on Henry Winkler's face with his jaw on the ground. Okay, well, listen, Curt, you're going to show us some up-close magic. We're going to take a quick break, but in the meantime, to our viewers, if you would like to see The Conjurer, an intimate magical experience with master magician Curt Miller, the next shows around town are happening August 18th through 19th at the South Shore Harbor Resort in Lake City, September 22nd through 23rd at the Hyatt Place in Katy, and October 27th through 28th at Houston Marriott Sugarland.
Okay, those shows are at 1 and 8 p.m. For tickets and all the information, go to the Scene on Houston Life section of our website. That's HoustonLife.tv.
And we will be right back with Master Magician Curt Miller. Don't